as I hear the ringing of the bells. These bells are magical. It is the crystalline essence ringing this welcoming tune to come home, to enter into the ancient Atlantean Egyptian Hall of Records, this place of crystalline magic and beauty. I would hear these bells in the evening as we would come down under the pyramids, through the tunnels, through the steps, going deep within the chambers, coming into this beautiful blue circle filled with symbols, filled with just these spinning hieroglyphs, these beautiful Atlantean Egyptian sigils. And it's unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's not traditional Egyptian hieroglyphics. It is a mixture of the Atlantean and Egyptian hieroglyphics and sigils mixed together in this beautiful glowing blue light. And as we would all come down, the priestesses, the crystal guardians and the priestesses, we would hear the bells ringing, and we would come into the chambers under the pyramids, under the Sphinx, and we would activate our crystalline staffs. The crystal guardians, they would activate the crystal staffs, and they would form a circle in the glowing blue hieroglyphs spinning about us, the colors filled with magic, such beautiful healing energy and frequency. We would connect our staffs together. We had amethyst, we had clear quartz staffs, malachite staffs, citrine staffs. Every crystal guardian had a unique staff that they worked with. And there was dragon carvings on each staff. And the carving would light up of the dragons, the fire dragons, the silver dragons, the metal dragons. Each staff was so special. They were wooden, but they had the carvings of the dragons, the elementals, and the staffs would light up with the crystals as we would come full circle in the circle of the ancient Atlantean Egyptian Hall of Records, the ancient knowledge circle, the knowledge of life, the knowledge of divine wisdom. We would gather the guardians of the crystals and the priestesses coming together, our staffs raised, standing in the circle of the blue light as we would chant the sacred ascension rites, the sacred connections, and we would be as one together, the priestesses holding up their scepters and wands and singing and chanting as the crystal guardians call to the crystals and the staffs and the crystals in the circular ancient knowledge sphere where we stood in that circle of the ancient wisdom of the ascension rites, connecting to the portal energy of inner earth to ascend the soul wisdom, to connect with the divine universe, our soul sisters, our soul brothers, with the ancients, with the guardians and the elders. We were as one in that time, in that moment. beyond space, beyond time, really. We were connected with the beat of the earth, Mother Gaia, Mother Terra. We were one together with the crystalline essence of the staffs, the wands, and the ringing bells in the chamber, as everything would glow beautifully all around us, and we would connect to the universal wisdom, to the universe itself, to creation, to the ascension energies, and we would be balanced. We would be at peace as one together. We were telepathically linked, these beautiful women, these guardians of the crystals and the priestesses, standing in unity together, working together to ascend the energies and to ascend the forthcoming souls that were passing through the portals to inner earth, as people were passing through to their place of origin, and the priestesses would ascend them to the right place of energy and frequency of where they were going. The people would come in. They would be of Mesoldikian origins. They would be of the Egyptian Saris origins, Egyptian Anunka origins, Syrian origins. There were so many beautiful people, such beautiful light, soul-light creation, going back to their place of origin as they had experienced life on earth, and we would ascend them back home to that place of origin. And the pyramids, they were the gateway keys to the ascension process, to connecting with the portals, the two portals going back to inner earth and beyond, to the stars, to Sirius, to Aquila, to Arcturus, and so many other beautiful places where the Mesoldekians had come from. The Mesodecs, the guardian souls working together on the ascension path. And when it was time to go home and their missions had been complete, we would ascend them through the chambers of the ancient Atlantean Egyptian Hall of Records, in one of those middle chambers with the blue lights, the chimes, the bells ringing, that tune of the universe, that song of the soul frequency of the Divine Mother, the Divine Father of universe creation itself. We would ascend the beings to bring them back home in unity and wisdom, as we stood and guarded and protected their souls as they ascended back home to their place of origins, to their place of soul divine creation, being peaceful and as one in their place of home, in unity, in creation. And we would hear the frequencies of the portal vibrations singing to us, the crystalline essences of our staffs and wands vibrating with such creation, with such life force, tuning in with the portal frequencies and vibrations. The crystalline essences of the wands, the staffs, the scepters would connect with the circle of life that was crystalline essence of the Hall of Records in the middle chamber, under the pyramids, the Giza pyramids and the Sphinx, the Egyptian Sphinx, in this middle chamber of the Hall of Records, the Egyptian Atlantean Hall of Records of the ancients, where all truth and universal knowledge is gathered in sacredness and unity with the true histories of the universes, of the planets, the systems, the solar systems, the galaxies, where all true history is stored in unity and safety. We gathered there to do the Ascension rites with these beautiful crystalline staffs and wands, this crystalline technology that would vibrate with the portals and the pyramids, acting as the activator keys, activating the paths of going home, of being ascended physically and energetically through the portals and the key pyramids, the activators, with their staffs and wands, and the circle of life and creation, taking the ones that were meant to ascend and go home, back home, to their planets of origin, to their universes of origins, taking them back home. And then we would stand in the light of the sigils and the hieroglyphics spinning in this beautiful blue light in the portal frequency connections, connecting with our crystalline technologies, the staffs and the wands, the light and the orbs, the spheres, the green orbs and spheres spinning all around us from the circle of life as the ascension rites were completed. And the ones going home, the other guardians, the Mesoldekians, their souls would go home and they would ascend to go back home in safety and love and peace through the inner earth portal, the Egyptian portal, the halls of Amenti, the purest frequency of the spheres of light, and with Mother Gaia's blessing and grounding and centering Mother Gaia Tara, Earth, to make sure she was in divine balance in its living nature on the planet, holding the 5D frequency of ascension on the path of the ascension rites. The priestesses working together with the guardians of the crystals, the staffs and the wands, singing the beautiful vibration of the energy frequencies as one, a frequency of unity, of divine energetic frequency, attuned to all of us as that divine frequency, the keys of home, the energetic key frequency, connecting to the pyramids, connecting to the circle of life, where we stood, this beautiful, ancient, magical space with the orbs and the spheres, the green orbs and the spheres, the blue spheres of light, the ascension spheres, taking the souls home with our activation keys of the crystalline staffs and the wands, connecting to the pyramids, to the Sphinx, opening the portal systems connected to inner earth, and the halls of Amenti, sometimes inner earth, sometimes the halls of Amenti, and this way the souls would travel back home, physically and in divine unity of the soul, creation, of the divine soul being itself, going back home, through the portals, journeying through the stars, returning home, once the earth mission had been finished. And when we would complete the ascension rites, we would close down the portals, vibrate the staffs and the wands as one, and close the keys and the portal systems. Our staffs would ring in unity with the crystalline essences of the pyramids and the Sphinx and the circle of life as we stood on it. We closed the portals, the light still shining, the spheres and the orbs still spinning around us, and the love of light and the love of transparency, transporting our souls as one united unity between the guardians of the crystals and the priestesses, these beautiful priestesses standing together in the circle of light as the ascension rites were completed. And then the bells would ring again. We heard the sounds. We came in the circle again together of unity, the sisterhood of the guardians of the crystals and the priestesses standing together in the circle united. The colors and the vibrations would deactivate from the sigils and the hieroglyphs of the Egyptian and Atlantean keys, the soul keys of light, forever intertwined and connected with the orbs and the spheres spinning around the circle. The energies would coalesce, the lights would dim, and our crystals would vibrate on the staffs and the wands. Just vibrate 4 times. And then from the light of the crystals on our staffs and wands, we would wander back through the chamber, leaving the circle of life, the sigils dimming, the hieroglyphics dimming, going back through the tunnel system, leaving the chamber, the hall of records, the main hall of records, the middle one, and then going back through the steps and the tunnels, under the pyramid, going home ourselves, in our places of protection, in what was left of the beauty of the Atlantean cities around the Egyptian pyramids. At that time, this was about 26,000 years ago, before the closures of the gates, before the dismantling of the pyramids and the capstones, the gold capstones on top of the pyramids that helped to activate the gates. The 2 gates, one to inner earth and one to the halls of Amenti, to ascend the souls on their journey, going back to their original place of creation, where their souls were meant to reside after their missions on earth were completed, holding the frequency of the planet in 5D, holding the light of the universe in balance and togetherness, creating in creation, manifesting the divine unity of life and hope, working together for a better future. That is what the guardians, the crystal guardians and the priestesses did in feminine wisdom and unity, protecting the pyramids, protecting the portals, protecting the circle of life and the main chamber under the halls of records, the Atlantean Egyptian joint hall of records. And there were several chambers with many crystalline technologies and devices, but the priestesses and the guardians of the crystals, they had their unique staffs and wands that they would carry with them to do the ascension rites of the galactic human souls going back home, of the galactic humans. And this was done at night, and the bells would ring, and we would go down into the halls of the records, Egyptian, Atlantean joint halls of records, and the main central chamber in the middle that had the circle of life where we would stand and ascend the souls back home when they came to us for the ascension rites. And we would time the phases of the moon, the stars, and days when the sun was below its zenith, above its zenith, the stars, the moon was above its zenith. The timing had to be right for the ascension rites to happen correctly through the portal systems, through inner earth or the halls of Amenti. As ascending, going back home in the ascension rites, it is the key of the vibration, the timing, the sequence. It is all done in unity with the crystalline technologies of the staffs and the wands, the guardians of the crystals working together with the priestesses in the circle of life, in the circle of light, doing this work together to ascend the souls as one. And when it was done, going back home and doing our earthly missions until the next time came to do the ascension rites. And then we would gather again in unity together as divine feminine, in balance, and above the pyramids, the divine masculine, the pyramids themselves, the divine masculine worked cohesively with divine feminine as the portal gates. The pyramids sustained the portal gates, and the Giza plateau and the Sphinx anchored the portals in balance and groundedness. So this was 26,000 years ago. Now ancient history, almost all but forgotten, but now being remembered as we are coming back and reclaiming our ancient memories of hidden pasts, hidden history of who we are, who we were as these galactic humans on our divine journeys and paths on this planet. Going back thousands of years, we are now learning our divine truth and who we were and who we truly are as the divine spiritual beings with loving energy and frequency, working with the crystalline essences again and the crystalline technologies to heal ourselves and to heal the world as we come together in unity, peace, and love on this earth to recreate the divine ascension, the true cycle of the true ascension, not the descending aspects of darkness, but the aspects of ascending light, truth, the frequency of the beautiful energy of the divine, masculine and feminine, in unity, healed, releasing all blockages of the past, traumas, and doing the divine healing to be one, to be in unity, to be grounded and centered, to be healed as whole, to be grounded and remembering who we truly are without the erased amnesia, without the past burdens, feeling light and blessed in this eternal healing, in this eternal time of remembering our true divine selves and who we are, and our roles on the true ascension cycle, the very true divine ascension cycle that we are on, in the light, not in the darkness. Here we are, back together again, in the circle of life, coming together in unity, finding who we are on the ascension cycle of the path of true unity in universal creation. Blessed be, divine ones of the true light.